Okay, this is my digital memoir. Okay, so when I was growing up, I had access to books, and I loved reading books. I got books from my library, and I got books from my school. And so, because my library and my school were next to each other, after every day, almost every day after school, my siblings and I would be driven by our dad to go to the library to get homework done, but of course an opportunity to check out books. This was my elementary school, and then this was my library. It is a school. It is a middle school, but the library was Louisville Free Public Library until they changed locations. Okay, so book series I remember growing up with was Henry and Mudge by Cynthia Rylant. I just really like the book series. This was my big girl book because it literally has illustrations like every page, but it also had chapters in it, and so that was what made it like a big kid club, a big kid book. And so yeah, I really liked the book series, and this is just a copy of one of the books. It's not my favorite one. I didn't even have a favorite one. I just really liked, if it was about Henry Mudge, I was gonna read it. So yeah. And so this is when the negative experience happens. So in third grade, I lost a Henry and Mudge book, and I lost it, but I remember turning it in. So I was really like surprised when it said it was missing. And so we looked everywhere. I looked everywhere for it, and I could not find the book. And I have the allegation of just losing stuff. So I didn't want my parents to know. So I filled out a check and gave it to my librarian, and it could not work because where I signed, where it was needed my dad's signature, I printed his name. And so she was also in charge of carpooling, and so she single-handedly gave it to my dad. And the whole point of the check was for him not to see, to him for find out. And so after the library, once I knew that was gonna happen, I was just feeling so anxious. It was like, oh my gosh, like a bomb just got dropped. A bomb will get dropped. And of course when my dad found out, I was yelled at, and I was just basically a disgrace to the family name. And I never wanted to relive that feelings again. And so like up until like 6th grade, I never checked out any book. I just read the books I really wanted. I read it in the library. And the only books I really remember like taking out, like reading on my own, were books that were a requirement for school. And so I probably did check out another book, but this is like the one I can recall. A Child Called In. I didn't check that out until 6th grade. And of course the book was found, and it was found in the bookshelf. So, and also I read this book. I just read it, and it's like I have no connection with it, but like the illustrations are good. So